Hello YouTube, Ronin Kaze, take two. It's Monday, it's got to be the division, and we're going to finish up doing those builds, give you a concrete example. So here I am in the summit, somehow escaped my memory the other day. If you could like, subscribe, share, unsubscribe, resubscribe, I'd appreciate it. Need your help trying to get to 500. Okay, so what's my build? This is the build I was talking about. This is a refractor build, a 4-piece refractor with the vial jammer. I don't have all the right pieces, so I have a different chest piece. This is what I started off with. I needed to find a chest piece, so when I need pieces specifically, I go to the summit. So this is the build I have in these last two levels. It's what I described to you. It's 4-piece refractor, a vial mask, and then it has a gloves, improvised gloves. So I have about 60% damage reduction to yellows. We're in floor 100 of the summit. This is the first part where you face a bunch of different waves in a like a conference room, and maybe a conference room, maybe like a banquet hall on the top of the summit. Lighting's crappy. And so what are the key characteristics of this build? Number one, you have a turret, and you can see I placed my turret up front, so I'm getting a lot of damage, so you can check out the health. The other thing I've done is I've made the health bars of the group in the upper left, I've made them bigger so you can watch that. One of the hallmarks of this build is when you're facing like dogs, drones, or Johnny Fives that are technical entities, you can vial jam them and you'll get an instant health. So what you'll see a couple times in here, people go from low health to, when I do the vial, they'll max out instantly. Some other hallmarks of this build, it's an all yellow build, but you have 60% reduction to yellows. You're constantly getting healed, so you're a little more tanky. This is what I talked about being hybrid. And one of the benefits about, well, one of the things about tank builds is unless you have a way to re-get your armor, it's just a diminishing return. So you either got to have some type of healing. If you're all blue, then your healing's not as good. So the yellow gives you maximum healing. It also gives you damage. Now this turret is about half the damage if you just maximized your damage. One of the benefits of the build though, however, is you have the chest piece and the backpack, so you're getting all the benefits of the refractor set. You're constantly pressuring people by putting the vial. Vial does a 10-second damage on status effects on an enemy, ticks off once a second. I'm up forward, my compatriots are in the back. And on this run through that you're seeing through, I'm actually feel very confident, dominating, playing great. You know, everything's going good. Now, here's what I forgot about the summit. You're going to go against 5 rogues. These rogues can turn your technical equipment against you. I kind of just, I got in this maybe about level 95 when we got up here to 100. I was doing so well, I just completely skied all that. I forgot. So in the summit now, I used to be able to fight from this room. Now they kick you out of the room, and I kept going like, why isn't the countdown clock going? So I make a mistake here immediately. So I'm going to, I'm trying to wait for the countdown clock. And what you want, my experience, I'm not an expert at this level. I've done it tens of times, right? 30, 40 times. But I'm not an expert at it. But what I like to do is put pressure on them immediately. So I try to time the vial jammer right away. So firstly, they knock out all the skills. And you see with my vial jammer, you see that I'm picking my health up, but now you see I put that there and dead. I put the turret up, but they turned the turret against me, so instead of healing me, it kills me. But I healed back up by doing because those rogues use all types of technical stuff, so when I Vile Jam, I heal everyone. So that's on me, YouTube. So we've got to go back. We got to do the front part of level 100, floor 100, whatever it is. Can't speak. And I'm thinking about changing my gun, my weapons. And so I'm going to mess around with that for a second. But in this first part, I'm going to have the turret, and I'm going to still have the Vile Jammer. And what you're going to see is a default in Ronin, right? This time I've been playing a little bit, so I lose my focus a little bit, and I'm going to die a couple times. I also have my companion out that's helping us. And this is the great thing about the summit and the bad thing. It's not the same fight every time you fight up in this upper area, so it's a little bit different the last time. They can spawn from different areas. One strategy is I used to always go in that little side room and set up there, but they didn't even spawn anything from there last time. So a lot of times I go forward till I can pulse everyone. You saw they knocked my health down, but then when the vial went off, when the jammer went off, it got my health back. And you see my health went down, and then you can see that the turret's, just healing constantly. So this isn't one of those builds where you just sit in the back. You could sit in the back, but really one of the keys is the Vile Jammer. You want to knock down all the drones, and you want to knock down the Johnny Fives, and you want to knock down the dogs. And it's another source of your heal. And eventually my companion is going to go down, and you see we got a fourth now. One of the people's can go up and always heal our fourth, which ends up being pretty good, because then it's a more decent fight. I had to speed this up. This had taken a long time. And again, what you're seeing, if you look at my health, I'm always going up and down. I might get shot because I'm a little bit squishy, but not to yellows. So what are some things you have to do with this build? You got to prioritize purples. If you see purples, that's who you have to target. Now, imagine this. You're in a group with your friends. You all have this increased damage reduction to yellows. If you just kill purples first, you're fine. Why aren't you mentioning reds? Yeah, you can kill reds, but reds don't do as much damage anyways. And they're squishy, so they go down fast. I sometimes use Iron Lung when I have my traditional Vile Jammer build because I have Creeping Death, which spreads any status effects I do, so that spreads the fire to everyone. But don't have that here, so there's some dubious value. And I don't have everything optimized the most, right? So obviously, if I had the exotic machine gun that gives you 40% if you hit people enough, it goes up to 40%. Then you get a background one. There's one of these. What am I doing, YouTube? There's one of these weapon talents that you get 15% if you hit someone and your skills hit someone, and then the perfect version of that gives you 20. I could have that up also. I just like the MP7. I'm probably overconfident in this section. So you can see my person's down here, and I'm going to try to make my way up there. I think this is one of the times I'm going to die here. He's in a bad spot. So just another thing to always think about. You see, I'm not necessarily staying forward all the time, and I'm going up to support a teammate. Why am I not just playing the Vile Jammer build? Vile Jammer build's good. It's every 11 seconds you're putting the pulse out. The problem is you're not healing anyone with your turret, and you're a lot more squishier because you're not getting this healing back. Well, I go down anyway, so, or maybe I don't right there. But I'm moving back. I'm moving a lot. Again, you don't have to move a lot. You want to get where your jammer can reach most people. When you have the Vile Mask, it's always putting damage on them also. At the end, we'll see how I do in the group. Now, to the benefit of the people I was playing with, I'm like 2,000 something in my watch. And I think these people, two of the three, the first two people I think were under 1,000. So I'm going to naturally do, I should, YouTube. And I haven't optimized all the pieces to get at least, you know, at this point I'm at 18%. So I could have even been 18% tougher with my armor, more armor. It just, I would use this build on legendaries all the time because I can heal. There's some spots like in District Union, the first part where I throw out a decoy and I'm on my Vile Jammer fast, you know, every 11 or 12 seconds I'm pulsing because we can get through there because I can knock down all the drones. If you have a high frequency of drones, what's going to happen is this. You're not going to knock them down all the time. Some drones are going to get through, but you're always healing, so it's a push. But something like Tidal Basin, this is going to be a great, I haven't shown you that yet, where we just rip through them. Hopefully I won't delete that as I move along. Some other quick notes while you're just looking at the gameplay and everything. I stopped using the GPU screen recorder. The file sizes are just way too big. I didn't see a big reduction when I changed what the quality or the encoder. There I go down. Ooh, and I really go down there. But I'm in a good group. They picked me up. So I've gone back to OBS. And I'm happy with OBS. I don't know what kind of quality I'm losing because I went to OBS. I can't really see any visually. And a lot of times, the point of these isn't always the beautiful gameplay that's going on. You'll see I didn't zoom this gameplay because I want you to see what's happening to my teammates and get a better view. This one isn't so much about, right? The point is the build for you to look at the build. Again, if you missed it, if you came in late, the build is up in front. I had to change the build. I didn't have all the right pieces, so I went to the summit to get the right pieces. Luckily, I got a piece. I put it in. I put in my modifications. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put out my traps, shock trap. Shock trap, the enemy can't turn, and pulse, they can't turn. So I can use my skills. Another person has the gun to either make them sticky or heal or whatever. That works. You just got to change what you do so they can't use it against you. What amazed me is I was right next to my turret. Normally I thought, you know, when you'd have a drone go out, you send a drone out, and when it went near the rogues, then they would turn it. But oh well, live and learn, right, YouTube? So now we're going to go through here again. I'm not going to be so cocky. I'm going to put my traps there. And then this is another side benefit. When you're all electronics in your technician build, your grenades are whatever. But when you're survivor, your grenades are flames. So you're putting damage on, putting pressure on the enemy. So we make pretty fast work of these guys. And you see, I might get lasered and down there, but my companion's going to pick me up. One thing, your turret will stay up as long as you're alive. So now I start doing my number 4 skill, and I'm just going to number 4 him to death. Again, you can see the turret firing off. You can see everyone's health. There's no worries. It's a great build. Okay, Ronin, what would you say if I'm in a heroic? In a heroic, you can do whatever you want because it's not that tough. You can be completely DPS. Normally, when I do Vile Jammer in a heroic, or if someone asks me, so if I'm shepherding, I might have this build to make sure I'm healing them. I kind of think that's one of the things, excuse me, when someone invites you to be a shepherd, you should make sure, yeah, they need help with the DPS, but you want to make sure that they're alive the whole time. So normally I'll put up a healing drone to heal them, and I'll have some type of healing for them. And there it was, second time I went through like hot knife through butter. And I will show you for about 10 seconds, I'll show you what the results were. It performed very well, but I think it's not because I'm any good. It's because the people were lower level. So there you have it, YouTube. This is Ronin Kaze. This is their build video. It's a Monday. Bye, YouTube.